How's it going, everyone? It's your man, Lost Disciple, the voice box of the underground of YouTube. And another thing from my childhood is biting the dust. It's definitely tough when you have to say farewell to something you vividly remember growing up with, especially when it doesn't seem that far away. In all honesty, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm basically addressing the whole Xbox 360 store shutdown and kind of I don't know how what basically what's gonna happen afterwards. If you don't understand, or you're a PlayStation 3 kid growing up, and you just don't understand the impact that this has on the gaming community. Well, not only are digital only games going to be, well, realistically I should be saying, not only is this a sign of basically that generation of gaming just being realistically old now, almost pushing 20 years, which is ridiculous when you put it in that sort of lifespan. When I think of like Nintendo 64, NES, and stuff like that, I kind of like that stuff was out. The Nintendo 64 was kind of around when I was growing up, but it was already old because the GameCube was out and shit. So I don't really, the age on that doesn't surprise me. But hearing the shit I grew up playing, it's a whole different ball game. And like I said, it's not only just to show the age of not just the video games itself, but me, because like when I think of gaming, like that was like a really good time, honestly. Like the games were good, DLC was good, microtransactions weren't too bad yet, like they were still for like pretty decent shit, like things that you could add it onto the game, not were things that should have been included in the game but were locked behind a paywall. And honestly, the graphics still held up in some of the games till this day. So I always think about like that being like an ideal, like almost like a Fallout universe thing, where if gaming could have stopped anywhere, I wouldn't mind if it even took a step backwards and it was right there, like where the graphics looked like that and the story was just as good and all that other, all the other elements that made that era great for now. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. But yeah, it just also shows how old I'm getting too, realistically. But yeah, all the digital only games that are available only like to download digitally, you won't be able to get those no more. And a bunch of fucking indie games are not going to be playable anymore. So that basically means if you don't have those indie games now, or they're not downloaded, you won't be able to have them anymore, unless they're backwards compatible and you can play them on the new Xbox. But for the most part, there are a lot of games out there and a lot of indie games. I think for the most part, almost all the indie games, like the Avatar games, aren't backwards compatible. So shit like Baby Maker Extreme, Avatar Laser Wars, yeah, all that shit, yeah, you're not gonna be able to play that. Yeah, not especially not on the Xbox One. So yeah, no, it sucks because I remember playing some of those Avatar, like those Avatar games. There were like some funny dating simulator ones on there too. There's a lot of shit, some anime ones, some weird sexual anime hentai shit on there. I never played those, but I remember seeing them. Those puzzle games. It's interesting. Nah, like the Xbox 360 store was something to behold. I remember that shit when I was a kid, just going through it, buying gamer pictures and shit. It's definitely something. Like that sucks, But hey, I guess that's just a part of time. You gotta let go of the old and in for the new, and you just can't always hold on to everything that's old. That goes for everything, material, non-material. But this also shows how bad it is with digital games too, because like if they really want to like put an end to the store like they did, even if you bought those games, you don't have them downloaded no more, you won't be able to download them no more. So it's kind of like you don't really own that game. That makes sense. Even though you bought it, you don't own it because you can't use it. So yeah, no, that definitely shows some sort of flaw, or the biggest flaw in digital only gaming. But I feel like everybody is already aware of that situation, but even though some people speak about it, it's something that eventually down a couple of generations, gaming generations down the line, whether it be the next gen or the gen after it, it's going to be all digital eventually. We already see digital only consoles now. So eventually when this shit, like when it takes, when there's only digital only consoles, that's going to be crazy. It's going to be something too, how expensive they're going to be. Because remember when they said it'd be cheaper for digital only consoles because they don't need the disc drive? Well, let's see. Are we still be paying $600 for a digital only console, or maybe it's gonna be 550? I'd see them try to knock $50. That's some laughing shit right there. But yeah, no. It's gaming is changing for good or for bad. I don't know. You be the judge of that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As always, leave a like, dislike if you disliked it. My name is Lost Disciple, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.